So what in the world do these three things have to do with Doki Doki Forest? Stick around and let's have a chat. Hi friends, it's Amy at Doki Doki Forest, and today I'm going to have a chat with you about how I started with Doki Doki Forest. And this is also Friday, which means it's a flip through Friday. That's hashtag Flip Through Friday, hosted by Kristina at Kristina's Shack. I will leave her info down below. Check the hashtag, check out Kristina's channel, and see all kinds of super cool things that people have been sharing today and also in weeks past, because different people jump in and out. And I'll post some videos too of what I'm watching so you can find them. They're probably people you already know and follow, but just in case somehow you missed it, I'll put them down below. So today is a little unusual. Instead of flipping through one of my journals or sketchbooks or something like that, I'm going to flip through some of my clay figures with you. Kristina always says that the flip through doesn't have to be, you know, journals or something in paper form. It could be anything. So I am going to flip through my clay figures because that's where I pretty much got started with this whole idea of Doki Doki Forest. It began with me creating some clay figures. I had some polymer clay and I had watched some people creating on YouTube, and I thought that's really cute. I would like to do that. And I created these things. They didn't come out great. And they have this little loop so you could attach them to a little key ring, or you could put a little lobster claw sort of clasp on there and then attach them to a zipper or whatever you want. But this was how I kind of played around with clay and got used to the medium. And then I knew I didn't want to make this kind of food sort of items forever, because there were lots of people doing this. And not only were there a lot of people making different cute kawaii sort of food items like this, they were doing it way better. And I liked doing it, but I just didn't feel like it was the thing I wanted to do all the time. You know what I mean? It was like cute to do it a couple times, but I felt like I kind of want to do something else as well. And you know me, what I actually wanted to do were some critters. So then I started making things like this. And this is still a little guy with a little charm, but it's one of my own little characters. And so that I really enjoyed doing. And so when I opened my Etsy shop and I started Instagram, this is what I was posting, were little things like this. Some of these things are still for sale on Etsy, and some of them I just have in my collection. So then I started creating more figures, and I was making dragons and things like this guy. So this is a very swirly, whirly kind of dragon. He's got a swirly clay, he's got some glitter, and he has resin on him. So that was the other thing I was doing, was playing with resin. And that's what I was using to seal the clay and make it stronger. And it does give it this almost plasticky feel. So I thought it would just be fun to flip through and show you some of my different creations. You can let me know what you think, if you have one that you like. Now this next character is called a Space Meep. That's this little one up here. And they are intergalactic travelers, and they have many tendrils which they can use for all sorts of things. Arms, legs, whatever they need. And they're riding on a space dragon. And this one even has some glow in the dark clay. So if you hold it up to the light and then turn the lights off, these tendrils will glow. Those are the glowy bits of clay. This one is not sealed, so it has more of a matte finish. It's not as shiny. Well, the Meep is shiny, but that's just because of the glittery clay. It's too bright in here for me to show you the glow, but I will insert some footage here, or at least a picture, so you can see what this looks like in the dark. next up we have a mystery creature. So a lot of times I will just make a creature and I won't really even know what they are. And this is a 2-piece. So this is sort of the base, which looks kind of feathery, or maybe they're leaves. It's kind of up to your own interpretation of whatever you would like. I was imagining both. So that's like a little nest. And then there's this little swirly whirly creature that sits in there. And they have all different colors and some striping and very shiny, so they have been sealed in resin. And they can just be a little desk buddy and sit there. I know it's hard to see from that angle, but they sit in this little nest. They could just hang out with you at your desk or on your shelf or wherever you like. Or if you have something else you would like them to sit on, you can feel free to take them off and put them wherever you want. And then this dragon is one I made. This is a larger sort of statue. I'll bring it down here so you can see the whole thing. And this dragon is on its nest, and it has a jewel, some sort of a diamond or something like that that it found. And so it is very pleased with its find, and it is sitting on it and guarding it. And I was thinking of a sort of a sandy kind of coral sort of nest that this particular dragon has built. And they have wings, which I think can double as fins. So they're just as comfortable flying as they are swimming. And then I got these little jars, and I decided that would be really fun to put a little creature in there. So I have this little magical unicorn dragon sort of character. And don't worry, they're not actually trapped in this jar. Their magic allows them to pop in and out. So this is just sort of where they go to be cozy and rest for a bit, and then they can pop right through that glass and have their adventures. And I'll turn around so you can see the back too. So I said unicorn, but I guess if I'm being specific, it would be an alicorn because they have wings and a horn. And I also was experimenting, like I said, with resin. So I was using resin to coat my creations, like this clay dragon, when I was done. But then I was also using resin with some molds to create some different things. This is a large trinket box, and then I added some of the little jewel details. So it has a sakura leaf, a cherry blossom, not leaf, flower, design on top. And then I put some different little cherry blossom sequins in the resin and sparkle, of course. But then I really wanted to add something on top, and I decided this little cherry blossom dragon was perfect. And it also made it easy to open, because before it was a little bit tricky, but now you just take the cover off like that, and then you can put whatever you would like inside. Evelyn Rose has decided she would like to add some acorns in. There you go. And then next up we have this little dragon. He's pretty good size. If you see him in my hand here, he's about, how big is he? Let's get the ruler and make it official. Well, the dragon, are we counting the pot too? The whole thing is about 3 inches tall. The dragon itself is about 1.5 to the top of the pink horn, maybe. So this little dragon, I planted a snapdragon seed, and look what sprouted. I could not believe it. This little guy popping out of this pottery. He seems very gentle in look. He doesn't have his teeth yet, so he's just a little baby. But I think that even when he grows big, he's still just going to be very sweet. And then I was making some necklaces, and so these pieces already have the loop in there with the jump ring, and then they have different necklaces. This one has like a cord sort of necklace, or it's kind of a choker. It's pretty short. And this is one of my heart guardians. So these are little dragons that protect beautiful hearts like yours, and so each person might feel drawn to a particular guardian. and they are drawn to a particular person. So that was one, and then I have this one where I was experimenting, also adding some letters. So why not add love? And there's just a little teeny tiny dragon clinging on there. And then I made a couple of necklaces like this. And this is a little scene, so you have a little creature in there, sort of dragonish, or you know, at least just a magical beastie of sorts. And they're in the forest. And that's in like a cameo brooch sort of thing there. And then I was using some more resin with my polymer clay, and I was making these sort of pieces. I have a few of them, so I have like a squirrel. The squirrel's actually a brooch. And then I have the bird, who is currently on a necklace. But these backgrounds are translucent resin, so if I put my phone there, you can sort of see how you can see through it. It's blue and glittery, and they're meant to look like the sky. So both of these have that. You could even put a suction cup on here and hang it in the window, and I think that would be pretty too when the sun goes through. So my little blue bird and little squirrely guy. And then I saw these sort of, these are like the bottom piece that comes with the little planter pots you can buy. So this is the little watering dish that goes on the bottom. But I thought it would be cool to create something in it. So I was creating this sort of magical bunny sort of creature. And then the back, I thought I would attach something with a really strong glue so that you could hang it on a wall. That was sort of what I was thinking. But actually, you could leave it like this and just sort of tuck it amongst some plants, or I'm not sure about outside. I don't know how well these would weather like rain repeatedly. So I'm not sure if I would do that, but you could definitely have them indoor somewhere. Tuck them anywhere you want. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, it's been a while since I've looked at these. These are some glow-in-the-dark pieces as well. The dots right there, the spots I mean, and some of these details. So those are glow-in-the-dark as well. Then I want to show you two little dragons I made at the same time. I made this guy who reminds me of sort of a creamsicle sort of dragon. And this one is not coated in resin, it's just the clay. So this one doesn't have anything to kind of seal it and protect it. You can just perch right in your hand. But yeah, I like both looks. I like the matte sort of look and also the shiny. And then I have this little blue dragon with his little hands clasped. And he's looking, seeing if you're going to take him home. You know what? He's probably looking for a snack, actually. This little one's always hungry. And then I made this figure. This is the Japanese mythological character called the Amabie. And she was said to ward off disease. And then here's another resin box. So this is all resin. As you can see, the cover comes off. And it has a little, I added a little sleeping dragon up here, snoozing away. And again, it's just a little box, a little trinket box. You could put your rings in there. You could put some little buttons in there. I don't know. Something that you have on your desk. It's kind of an unusual shape, but it can hold something. Let's see, I'm getting a lot of stuff on the desk here. And then I created this magical fox creature. This is a fox who has wings and magical abilities. I was also experimenting with using some marker. These all different colors, all the colors sort of blend together. You might see a little yellow, a little pink, some blue. That's that guy. And yeah, I have a bunch more, but I'm not sure how many things you want to look at. Oh, you know what? I will end with this one. This is my butterfly dragon. This is a pretty large, let's see, pretty large size. And this is kind of a creature that likes to blend in with the flowers outside. So you'll find them around many tropical flowers and that sort of thing. And they're friends with the fairies, and these guys are also pollinators, so they're very beneficial to your gardens or fruit trees, whatever you have. So yeah, that's my little, as I say, quote unquote flip through, because you know we're not technically flipping, I'm more showing you, but I thought it would be interesting to kind of go back and look at some of the things I was doing when I first started and share them with you, because you may not have seen them. And I think I'm going to go back and probably make some more creatures and things like that, because I haven't done it in a while and I would like to. But yeah, thanks so much for joining me here today. Always love to see you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you again soon.